Hello, welcome back. First and foremost, you'll notice I have a new addition to the background, a shelf. I'm going to be getting rid of what everything is sitting on there and replace it with a shelf. I'm hoping that it will look nicer and also give me a little more space. And that's just a cabinet, and it doesn't really even store that much stuff. It's just kind of a mess. So, got this on Facebook Marketplace for a pretty good deal. And I'm hoping that's a better solution to the background to continue to make this better. I've just got the race on the brain. I have the half marathon on Thursday, and the internal competitiveness in me is at an all-time high right now. So likely today and tomorrow are just going to be more or less focused around that, because unlike the last half marathon that I did, which was this one, and then the marathon that I did in Toledo, those two races were the first time I'd ever done those distances in race form. So it was, my focus was just to finish, and I knew I could finish. It was just like, do the best that I can. But now I have a goal. The last time I ran it, I had the goal to run it in under 2 hours. So that was about a 9 pace. But I did it by 45 seconds. It was an hour and 59 minutes and 15 seconds. So I barely made the sub 2 hour. I want to beat that. I really want to beat that. And I really want to beat it as substantially as possible. If I may, I would like to get a 150, but anything that is better than that first half marathon will be happy. There's some things that are working against me this time around. Mainly the fact that I am physically much less strong. At the time of doing that half marathon, I was doing a lot of strength training. I was coming off of a summer of really a whole year of doing a lot of strength training. So my legs were strong, my core was strong, my whole body was just really strong and much more powerful. That being said, there is a lot of stuff that maybe I can deem more importantly that I have on my side this time, and that is mostly experience. Not only have I done a half marathon and a full marathon, but I've done this half marathon, literally this course, once before. So I have the knowledge of what that course is. I have the knowledge of knowing, I'm more body aware in terms of I have more running experience. I have more running experience at long distances. So there's just sort of a, mind matter connection that's a little bit stronger in terms. There's also a lot of things that I've just learned as I've started to run further distances. Going back, I watched the video that I did of the half marathon, and it's actually kind of a perfect video because I'm narrating the whole process of, how I was feeling at what points. And so it's a really good study to know where, things to look out for. Probably the biggest things is going to be nutrition and fueling. I think that's what I have a better understanding and wraparound of. I don't remember what I ate or how I prepped for that run, but at the race itself, when I did that first half marathon, I had no water with me, because at that time I don't know, I didn't really think about hydrating during a race as being terribly important. I knew that water is important, but I just hydrated before and didn't really during. So I think that's going to help me. The other thing is I took one gel pack that I noticed at about the 8th or 9th mile. And now when I run, I'll eat, frankly, I just bring candy with me. For the most part, I like those wafers, those Stinger wafers, but I'm not going to mess with gels like ever again. Those things are so nasty. It's like everybody agrees they're horrible, but yet they're like the standard. I don't understand. But now on my training, I fuel up every few miles, really. I'll just slam a couple M&Ms or a Reese's or half of a Stinger. And so I'm just kind of constantly eating. And I can also tell when I need to start fueling, because the key is like you're tired, so you eat food, but you need to sort of like eat before you feel that tired, before you feel that need to eat. And that's something that I'm way more knowledgeable, way more in tune with this time around than previously. So I feel pretty strong. I saw in the video when I did the half that I kind of started to fall apart around the 8 or 9 mile in terms of energy and mental confidence. And now I only trained to 10 miles, so I've yet to run 13 miles at all within the last couple of years, or at least since the full marathon. And but that 10-mile run that I did last Sunday, I felt really good around 8 or 9 miles. I actually felt stronger there. I think where I felt the worst was just around like the 4, 5, 6, 7, like that kind of weird ambiguous area. So I feel stronger in terms of like, I know when I get to that 8, 9, 10 phase, I think I'll be much stronger this time. And then it's a matter of running another 5K. And 3 miles, I can push through that, because when I came back on all my long runs, when I'm coming back to the house, I feel really strong. I'm able to push a little bit more. So that gives me some hope that I'm going to be able to beat this time. But I can't quite describe to you why, but for some reason I get insanely competitive with myself internally when I set some sort of goal, especially if it's a goal that is me, like beating myself. And so I'm like, like I said at the beginning of this video, I feel almost nervous for this race because I have so much mental whatever. And it's like, I don't even want to hear the, oh, do the best you can. It's like that stuff just doesn't resonate with me. I want to win. I want to beat myself so bad. So, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. Even if I don't get the sub 2 hours, I'm going to be very disappointed. But this is, and I don't even know if I've talked about it on here, but this really is kind of a step to, dare I say, doing another marathon. I know I said 1,000,000 times to 1,000,000 people and probably 1,000,000 videos as well, saying that I would never do another marathon because it was a really horrible experience, but I did it really irresponsibly. I didn't train properly. I didn't do any of the stuff right. And also I ran it through the winter. I trained through the winter. I got injured. I took a whole month off. I compressed my training time more and more because of injury and laziness and irresponsibility in terms of stretching. And so it's like, it doesn't sit with me right that I need to do it again, and I need to do it right, where I feel like when I did that marathon, I came out of it feeling like that was horrible and I hate the process. I don't want to leave it there. I really don't want to leave a marathon there. So anyways, all that to say that I do kind of have my sights set on doing another marathon in the spring. But in order to make that happen, I need to be very conservative and not try to rush anything. I need to run and keep my endurance up and keep my fitness up through the winter, as hard as that's going to be. I would just like to get to a marathon where it's like, yeah, I've been running long distances for, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. And so I feel like the ligaments in my body are like conditioned for a long period of time. And, I'm eating the right foods. I'm drinking the right amount of water. I'm fueling properly. I'm just doing I'm stretching huge to avoid the injury that I had during that full marathon. And also, frankly, I just live in a better spot. The training for it was in Manchester. It was a horrible place to run where I lived in Manchester, and it really took all the fun out of it. I was training on a 1 mile stretch of a rail trail, so it was just down and backs on flat all the time, and it was awful. So anyways, I'm trying to I'm just trying to rebuild the relationship with that sort of a goal. So while it's super important for me to do the sub 2 hour marathon, a half marathon on Sunday, even if I don't get the sub 2 or I don't beat my PR, which would be crazy if I get sub 2 and still don't beat my, within that 45 seconds would be nuts. But if I don't get it, what's more important is that this is just part of that, forcing myself to do something, to do the training responsibly and look at it as a long-term goal as opposed to something that I'm just gonna, try to muscle through and get the medal at the end at the finish line. So, I don't know. I have a lot on the mind. I went for a 2. Well, it's kind of split up because I ran to go help someone move, and then I ran home. So it was like a 2 mile, 3 mile total, kind of shakeout. I didn't really do it as slow as I should have, but I feel good. I just feel really determined to do this thing. So tomorrow's video is probably going to be running focus. I got to go pick up my bib and I'm going to get some stuff. And so it'll probably, and then Sunday you'll see the video. I'll let you know. You can see if I did it. Man, I really want to do it. I really want to beat my PR on this half marathon so bad. It's like I said, I don't think I've felt any sort of anticipation or anxiety for a race before, quite like I do right now, just because I it's like there's like a failure line. Well, I didn't feel that failure line in other ones. Maybe that's unhealthy. I actually like it, but that's that kind of internal motivation is what makes this stuff fun. If you can believe that for me. Okay, enough talking about me and my feet going fast. Yeah, I'm gonna go eat and relax and get some good sleep. So, thanks.